I know all those after school specials, rubbish. Never be yourself when you can be incomparable. A brand is the American way.
That's the
Don't
answer.
be yourself, be a brand.
So I had a dice tray, and now it's a tray that's just full of dice that I can't actually use to roll anything in.
I mean, it's still a dice tray.
Yeah.
That's kind of glorious.
Hey, we're live.
Oh, okay. How did you know? Because I didn't know that yet.
It's on the page here. Oh, that's last
Okay.
episode.
Hello, nerds. I put in the YouTube chat that I
There we
copy
go.
paste the YouTube link to
Oh,
other
right. I should
places.
open the Discord for potential titles as well.
All right. So we're on YouTube. We're getting settled. I can close the places that I just did this. If you're not sure what you're supposed to be doing right now and you haven't rolled initiative, roll initiative. Okay, Secret Agent, our eternal
Thank you.
watch something person.
Watch
who
person.
watches. I was like,
Our
I was gonna
secret
call it
agent, maybe?
Night Watchman, and I was like, I don't. There's like an essence of security there that is not appropriate. And then I was like, Watchtower. Watchtower sounds like fantasy, and I was like, no, that's really a piece of architecture, not a person. Watcher confirms that audio and video is working. This is a Tony and Erica streamed episode, so you have our Zoom faces. You don't get the map, unfortunately. Sorry, we need a Dan, a Jason, or a James for that. They are not available, but people are. A couple people are watching. So
Someday I
good.
will install all of that software and learn how to use it on this Mac.
You
but
know, goals.
not today.
Not
today.
Yes.
Hashtag goals.
Yep.
All right. I'm double checking that all of our players are recording, and I'm just double checking
On the correct mics.
on the correct
If you-
mics.
I am. I double check.
Hey.
Let's see. We're in Zoom. I'm streaming to YouTube. Erica's recording Zoom. Erica's
Mhm.
recording the map. You've got a bootleg file, and everyone's recording themselves. So we
Yes,
are
I
good.
turned on the bootleg file this time.
Nice.
I remembered.
That's doing all the things. That's what we like to
Uh-huh.
do here at the Incomparable Podcast Network, a professional network. Totally a thing that professional networks have to say about
Mhm.
themselves.
Yes.
So anything people want to anyone have any grievances they want to air before we start playing D&D and start the episode? Monty,
I
how you
don't
doing?
like this. I don't like this ghost behind me.
Yeah, I'm a little worried about you.
Are
Who are you gonna call?
Yeah, that feels like a very first off, I hear you. Second off, this is my new character I'm working on. Tony is CEO. First off, I hear you, Monty. Second off, that's your problem, so deal with it. Tony CEO is not a nice guy. I feel like that's a thing that is
Flawless.
specific to your it's not that I don't want to help you with that problem. I just think I am incapable of helping you with the problem due to geography.
All right.
Also, it may have
Freaking
something to do. I think
geography.
that's being caused by natural light. So your issue is really
The
with
worst.
the sun. So yep.
What are we
mean,
gonna do about that?
I got a lot of issues with that thing.
It's got a lot of issues with you, Erica. So
It's true.
Wow,
No.
it's getting feisty right out the gate.
no, this is good. I'm right. I
Good,
feel
good.
like
Fight energy. Fight,
I
fight,
feel
fight.
the caffeine going through my veins. This is what we like. I woke up at a normal working person time today. It was weird. Don't recommend it. Not going to do that tomorrow. So I'm a little tired, and I'm just powered by caffeine, which is what I've been consuming generously today. So this is our bootleg. We are going to start. Keys from the Golden Vault: Reach for the Stars, the level 3 adventure. This is our third session? ?
Correct.
I hope so, because that's what I labeled the file. We are going to start that momentarily. So momentarily, it's now. Welcome back to Total Party Kill. It's me, Tony Sidlar. I'm a dungeon master. I use he, him pronouns. And today we are continuing our adventure, Reach for the Stars. That's right. It's an adventure where they reach for the star. It's the meaning of the name of the adventure is a little unclear. Specifically, it's one of our keys from the Golden Vault adventure, where our adventures represent operatives from the benevolent but shadowy organization, the Golden Vault. They are the titular keys, and they are sent on missions. And for this particular mission, they have been sent to find a book of forbidden knowledge that's been stolen by a guy who might be up to no good, is certainly in over several heads, like just way. There's so many heads over him. But they're at a spooky mansion where things are weird and strange things are happening. Who are the players? Well, allow me to introduce them in order of initiative, because combat is happening. They may or may not know that, but I'm telling them now. I'm telling you now. First up, it's Annette Wierstra. Welcome back, Annette.
Thank you for bringing me back to the fray. Straight into it, I guess. I am playing J-Raf, who is a goth ASMR paladin. Both our pronouns are she, her.
Also joining us, Monty Ashley. Hello, Monty.
Hello, Tony. I am playing Krong, a bugbear rogue. Our pronouns are he, him.
Also joining us, it's Lincoln Hayes. Welcome back, Lincoln.
Thank you, Tony. I am playing Xanter Quickhands, a deep gnome sorcerer. We are he, him.
Also joining us, it's Erica Ensign. Legally, it's not total party kill if Erica Ensign isn't here. Hello, Erica.
Wow. I think
I don't write the
TPK
laws. I just
illegal
enforce
a
them.
lot.
Yeah.
I thought I was doing great rolling a 17 on initiative, but y'all just totally showed me
Yeah.
up. So Levithia Du Isigri and I, both she, her, will be using her human rangery abilities to attack or possibly run away, but probably attack at the end, I guess. Although maybe not after the foe that we are fighting. I don't know.
Well, let me tell you about foes, because I wasn't going to include a foe, but Erica mentioned it. So the foe that you are squaring off with, you have both. You collectively, the four of you are on. You've made your way to the first floor of the mansion. You're at Delphi Mansion, looking for Marcos Delphi and/or the Book of Forbidden Knowledge he has absconded with, and you have opened a door carefully at a distance, as expert Dungeons and Dragons players do, using Mage Hand, standing well back, very safely, so as not to be in melee range if something horrible was on the other side of the door, because something horrible is on the other side of the door. This is a terrifying monster. It looks kind of like a 7-foot tall pile of chewing gum speckled with eyes and mouths, and the mouths are all full of spiky teeth, and they're gibbering. They're making horrible, incoherent, babbling noises. Experienced Dungeons and Dragons players may know this monster as a gibbering mouther. It's an aberration. It's weird. It's creepy. It's gross. It has not the right, your traditional numbers of eyes and mouths, and that's unsettling to a lot of players. Now, I will tell you, the gibbering mouther I'm introducing last, because the gibbering mouther crit failed on initiative. So the good news is you all get to go before the gibbering mouther. The bad news, there's bad news, is that the gibbering mouther is so incredibly horrifying that each of you is going to have some things that you're going to experience at the start of your turn.
I don't like experiencing things.
You don't like, but experience is how we level up. Experience is what life is made of.
Good point.
Except
Milestones
we
is how
usually do
we level up.
milestone.
Yeah,
right?
I do usually do milestones. Here, let me pelt you with some milestones. That's what the players ask for.
It was the friends we made along the way.
Yeah.
There. level up.
Here, let me pelt you with some friends. Look, I'm your dungeon master, not your dungeon friend. I'm here to teach you some educational lessons about opening doors and why you should never do it. So, J-Raf, or as we also know you, Annette, you get to go first and experience what it means to be within range of a gibbering mouther first, which is, as you open the door, you look at this thing, and the horrible visage of this strange mass of mouth and eyes, and like the image of it is deeply unsettling. But then all the mouths kind of like start like over each other, and that is just too much. Could you just give me a quick wisdom saving throw, and everybody else get ready to do that on your turn?
Okay. Wisdom. Well, that went well. That was a 7.
All
Oh,
right.
boy.
I will tell you that well is not the description that I would use to find what is happening, but it's all depends on how you go through life. Follow up little task for you here, Annette. Just give me a quick roll of a D8. No reason. Well, there's a specific reason. It's going to determine what your action is. But if you could roll that, that would be great.
Lucky me. I'm just trying to remember what a D8 looks like.
It's the one that's,
Two
The
pairs
diamond.
4.
glued
4.
together.
All right. On a 4, you are just completely taken aback by this image of this creature and its horrible, mouth noises, and you do nothing. So yeah,
Oh, so I guess
right.
I can't shut the door.
you cannot shut the door. You are,
Planned
Yep.
defeated.
Guess what, Krong? I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Here it is. 13.
All right, 13 is sufficient. Your turn is your own. You see J-Raff like stopped in her tracks by the sight of this horrible, puddle of eyes and mouths ahead of you.
Okay, I will move up so I am against the wall. I'm going to open the door all the way so it's
Okay.
against the wall.
Yep.
Now I'm hiding.
Mm,
Can I hide and make a sneak attack?
I think so. I
All
think
right.
hiding is your bonus action. Sneak attack's your action.
Yeah. Natural 20 on
All
the
right, well-
stealth check.
Well, why did I even bother looking up this thing's passive perception? So it has no ideas where you are.
I wish that 20 had been on the attack.
Yeah.
23 to hit.
All right, that hits everything. So that hits.
Then I will roll a d8 for Ghoul Stabber, 2d6
Ghoul Stabber.
for my sneak attack, and 2 more d6 for the Bugbear specific sneak attack that happens once
Ooh.
per combat.
What is this
If
I
I-
love this.
ghoul stabber thing? I feel like I'm just reading about for the first time.
Oh,
Uh,
you
the-
named the sword.
Ghoul
Oh, the
Stabber is the
sword.
+1 rapier I got in
Gotcha.
the last adventure, and I named it in the last episode because
Oh,
magic weapons are cooler if they have names
They are.
other than just +1 rapier.
yeah. I was just gonna be like, this isn't a ghoul. I don't know what you're doing stabbing me. But it turns out it's an all-purpose stabber is not a good magic name, weapon name, even if it might be more accurate.
That is 26 points of damage. I rolled maximum on 3 dice and a 5 on one of the other d6s.
All right, that is a
Love it.
lot of damage. I will tell you, the horrible gibbering mouther now knows where you are because you just tried to murder it.
Yeah,
you
but
know.
I've got 4 more squares of movement, so now I'm over
Now
here.
you leave. All right, all right. Xanter, quick wisdom saving throw.
Is this a spell?
It is not a spell.
Well,
Yeah, I know.
Rats.
then that's a 7.
Give me a quick roll of a d8 that will determine what you get to take.
That's a 6.
All right, on a 6, you can take no action or bonus actions and must use all of your movement to move in a random direction. We sometimes use a d10 or a d12 to determine direction. So it's like you are freaked out and you are just going to head in a direction which could be toward the horrible monster or could be away.
Good.
It will be random. If you could random that and do that, that would be great.
2. 2 on the D12.
Okay, if we're doing it kind of clock style, I think that like you basically just run into the corner near where you were
Ow.
hiding. Yep. Not enough to hurt yourself, but maybe kind of you're like trying to climb the walls. So
There are
the main
stairs right next to you.
I know. Kron, that's very unkind given that 2 people in your group have already, been paralyzed by fear.
I was
Um,
helping him out by telling him how to get up to the 2nd floor.
All right. The main kind of mechanical thing is that your turn is not used murdering this horrible
Ooh.
creature. So Levithia, Erica, you are next. Quick wisdom saving throw.
Just checking. Do I have inspiration? No. Has this character ever had inspiration? No, I can tell because there's nothing
Wow.
erased.
If only we were playing in some kind of charity game where people could just give you inspiration for
Wouldn't it be
money.
nice?
Um,
I rolled a 19 on the die, so that's a 21. You said
yeah,
with
we don't do
wisdom?
math on 19s. You are
guess I do.
you have well, you're Erica. You have steely resolve and are unfazed by this terrifying, disgusting mound of flesh and eyes and mouths. Did I mention the mouths? There's so many mouths.
I have
There's like a
my
mouth
character's
inside a mouth. Why would you put a mouth there? That seems redundant, but
gross.
hat on a hat.
Is it wearing a hat?
No,
I will
it ate
shoot
it
off its head.
with all
Okay.
the mouths.
Mhm. Yeah, my character's background is Haunted One.
Oh.
I saw some really scary stuff in the forest that one
Like
night
Blade
when I was
One?
a child. We don't. Yeah, this is just like one more thing for me to potentially shoot. Although it's real scary.
Yeah, Haunted
So-
One. I saw
Is it
Blair
as
Witch
scary
open-
as the
opening
scariest movie
weekend
ever,
before we knew
Blade
it was-
One?
Yeah, I don't know why that was my go-to for scary movies. And I appreciate that I am honestly getting not very much grief for that. But I think that was a clear I don't like horror movies. And so it was like, what is the scariest movie I've seen? Blade One? No. But that's where that was like, what is the scariest movie that
That's
I
where your
feel
brain went.
safe thinking about, given that it's after sundown where I am? Blade One. Answer Blade One. Final answer. So
I
yeah.
guess I can't argue with an opinion. I can't.
It's the internet. You 100% can.
That's true. We've damaged this a bit. Does it look like it actually took all of that damage that Krong
Oh yeah.
tried to do to it? Does it look like it reacted, or does it look like it still has a whole pile of hit points left?
It's not
probably
bloodied
fine.
if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, I guess. Well, because I have this thing called Hunter's Sense, where as an action, the thing is, I'd have to use my entire action for this. I can choose a creature and learn whether it has damage, immunities, resistances, or vulnerabilities, and what they are. So as long as it's not hidden from divination magic, and I'm just wondering if it's worth using my entire action for that, or if I should just try to attack it. I don't know.
I will tell you, so far there are 4 of you, and 1 of you has attacked it this
Yeah,
round. So
yep.
I'm not a statistician. I'm just saying,
Mhm. Okay. Then I'm going to use my other ability, which is a bonus action called Slayer's Prey. As a bonus action, you designate one creature you can see within 60 feet. The first time each turn that I hit that target with a weapon attack, it takes an extra 1d6 damage. It lasts until I finish a short or long rest, or if I designate a different creature. So I'm going to shoot it with my longbow from here.
Mhm.
Or maybe I'm not, because I rolled a 4 on the die. And what do I add to that? Probably not enough with a 9.
Exciting news. A 9
9
hits. A 9
That's
hits.
Terrifying news.
I will
No,
tell you.
Annette, do not celebrate. That's bad news.
This guy
Yeah.
is
Does that mean
huge,
that's
and
a
you're 15 feet away
lot?
from him with a longbow.
Yeah, this guy
Oh,
this guy basically kind of has like the stat block of like what I would normally reserve for like a like a building. Right, real easy to hit, but pretty sturdy.
Oh.
So this giant mound of eyes and mouths, not very fast moving, does not have any armor. It used all the space that you would normally apply armor to a creature for more mouths, which evolution works.
That's
in
weird kind of
mysterious
min-maxing, really.
ways. Yeah,
How does its digestion work?
I
Don't
don't
Where do
think
think
those
hard
mouths
about it.
go?
Yeah, I
Is
mean,
there that many exit ports?
they're not,
Oh,
Monty, and thank you for using the classiest way I think you could say that. I don't know.
Or nerdiest.
Mm.
Well,
That
okay.
was, let's see, I did the math and then I forgot what it was. Let's see, 8 plus 5 is 13 plus 3 is 16. 16 points of pokey damage from
Pokey damage
an arrow.
from an arrow.
Yes.
All right. I will tell you, probably the exciting news for you all is that is bloodied. The gibbering mouth
Hey.
are,
Oh, okay.
Wow.
there's, well, I mean, Krunk did a lot of damage.
Can
I'll
I
do it again.
try to
Thank you,
close the
Krong.
door
With a mage hand or something? Or
No.
moving
by
with
walking
with your
over
hand with your
inter-
menial hands.
it's called interacting with an object. That's
I'm
I'll
unfamiliar
just
with this
describe it.
rule.
That's what I
You'll
would like to
you'll
Leave
have
it
to
open. We've
yeah.
got this thing on the rocks.
okay. I start to take a step forward and then I stop. All right.
All right.
All right,
And-
Krong, we got this.
Well, it's the Gibbering Mouther's turn, and it will punish
Oh no,
you.
I changed my mind.
Yeah. So first off, the Gibbering Mouther is very slow. It moves forward 10 feet and is now occupying, it's like solidly in the doorway. As it moves forward, you kind of become aware that like the ground around it is like twisted and like the creature kind of has extended into kind of a large area around it. So creatures that start their turn within that zone will have a new life experience or death experience. We don't know. So it moves forward. It wants to consume a Levithia or Jiraf, but it can't get there because it's slow. So instead, one of the mouths starts going and struck and spits a horrible glob of kind of chemical mucus at a point it can see within 15 feet of it. So that's going to be
Oh, boy.
right. It's going to basically lob that right between Jiraf and Levithia. If each of you could give me a DC 13 dexterity saving throw.
19.
You're fine.
18.
18, you're fine. The chemical blob splashes between the two of you. You both kind of duck out of the way. There's kind of a strange, almost like flashbang explosion of light from the chemical blast, but you were able to kind of put your eyes far enough away from it that you you suffer no ill effects. Everybody else in the room is far enough away that it is not concerning to them. All right. Jiraf, I apologize. You are looking at a horrible monster, and as such, you must start your turn with a wisdom saving throw.
I rolled a 19 plus 2, 21.
You are fine. Your turn is your own. Use it wisely.
Ooh. Okay, so I am going to back up over here to this door in case I need a quick escape to some other
Always-
terrible
always good.
monster.
Yep. Go into
And
another
I am
room.
going
Provoke something
to-
there. Yep.
Roll and I try to hit with my longbow.
Okay. Yeah. I think that is the right distance to hit this thing from, is at least 20 to 60 feet away.
17 to hit.
17 hits, because 17 is slightly higher than 9.
And 6 points of damage.
All right.
Not much, but
Well, you keep
Better
doing that
than
over and over
nothing,
again.
like last
it's,
time.
It's going to be bad for it. Anything else, Jiraf?
no, I am going to stay at a distance.
All right. Krong, give us a quick wisdom saving throw.
Okay. 22.
You are fine. Do what you seek.
I have
Nightmare
some
monster
questions.
versus nightmare monster.
One, how tall is the Gibbering Mouther, and how high up is the balcony of the second floor? Because I want to, if I ran up to the second floor, keeping in mind I have reach because I have very long arms, could I
do.
stab it from above and not get on this floor?
Yeah, it's big. I'm not sure why you want to do that, but you can do that.
Well, you said that this the green thing represented
Oh, you
the
don't want to go into the
floor.
green thing. Huh?
That's right.
You
I
don't. You don't want to go into the doughy like substance that exists in a 10-foot aura around the thing.
I don't.
All right.
I want
So-
to go up these stairs.
Yep.
Krong's got the high ground.
Yep.
There. Now I'm on the second floor map. I go up those stairs. Now, when I'm completely out of sight of everybody, I will bonus action hide.
Yep. I would say you have advantage on that because you're literally on a balcony, but I don't think it will matter.
26.
Yeah. Nope.
And then I will stealthily creep.
Even with all of its eyes, it has no idea where you are.
It will in a second, as a
Yeah.
hairy arm with a rapier will stab in from this. Like there's a frame, right? It's right here and just this.
Yeah.
I can't. Yeah. Oh, I have advantage on this attack because I'm hiding. I forgot that last time.
We should we need to invest in getting you some prop bugbear arms, Monty, that are like 7 feet tall. Surely those would not be misused on camera.
That is 2 natural 20s.
What?
Yes.
I
Holy
assure
moly.
you.
4 times then.
I believe you.
I've just taken a picture of it.
I mean, when that happens, you definitely take a picture of it.
Mhm.
And now here comes some damage.
Yeah. It seems likely that Krog is going to kill this thing, but let's find
Good.
out. It's not guaranteed.
34.
All right. Yep. You stab the thing through his head. All of the eyes kind of twitch in horrible unison. The mouths quake and then go silent. And I imagine it kind of like shrivels and like contracts into itself a little bit. And the doughy grossness on the floor kind of just sizzles away. You have defeated a gibbering mouther.
Wow.
Wrong. Defeated a gibbering mouth.
Strong can eat it. Well,
Yeah.
Levithia and JRAF helped. And Xanter, you ran into a wall. These things happen. We all deal with the toils of being an adventurer in different ways. I'm going to suggest that we just keep going in initiative order. Unless people want to say not to do that. So
Fine with
Krong,
me.
you good?
Yeah.
All right. Xanter, there's, the thing is still horrifying, but now that it's not moving, you snap out of it. Your turn is your own. Do whatever you would like.
Is the ground still gross?
No, I mean, like, it's not good, but it is no, without the gibbering mouth there to maintain it. You didn't even get to find out what was going to happen to you, but it wasn't good. So there's no ill effect to starting your turn there.
Okay.
I'd like to poke around the corpse a little bit and see if there's anything lurking in the goo.
All right. Let me just check if
Well put.
I don't remember. Does the gibbering mouther have any pockets?
Yeah, it's made of them. They're called mouths.
You're the worst doctor.
That's just gross, Erica.
Yeah.
The mouth
Um,
of holding.
I'm the one that's gross, and we have a gibbering mouther here. I don't think so.
There does not seem to be anything in the pockets to this.
Ew.
Yeah, it's just sad, gross. It's kind of like a really old lasagna at this point.
Ugh.
What? Why?
How did that get grosser?
I don't know. Depends how you feel about lasagna.
I mean, I like it, but when it's really old.
lasagna.
Well,
Ugh.
I mean, lasagna doesn't get better with age, people.
Uh,
I guess not.
It does
it has
not.
it has a shelf
day.
life.
Yeah, don't we all?
Mhm.
Makes you think.
Dark.
So, all right, keep it light. Moving on. Yeah, Xanter, we'll say you spend your action poking around in it. Do you want to use some? You have more movement if you'd like.
I'll go into the other room.
All right, you head into the room. You didn't really get a good look at this room because all you did was open the doors before, and there was a horrible monster inside. But this appears to be kind of, it's called, the adventurer calls it a parlor. There are some small circular pedestals that dot the room. They're not really shown on the map. Each one large enough to hold like a few drinking glasses. But probably the most notable thing as you move into the room, in each of the corners of the room, and on the map it's just kind of got little like square there. Those are pedestals, and on each pedestal is a suit of armor.
Oh
So
boy.
four suits of armor in each of the 4 corners of this room. Also, looking around this room, don't know if I've made it visible enough on the map, but I'll make it a little bit more visible. There are many doors. This room is somewhat similar to the kind of hallway in rooms you were in above before. So there is a door to the east, there is a door to the northeast, there's a door to the northwest, and there's a door to the west. So this is one of those, you have 4 places you could go from here. I think you've got some movement if you would like to keep moving, or it looks like you're kind of hanging out in the doorway. It's up to you, Xanter.
Well, I've learned my lesson, so I'm
What lesson was that?
not gonna go.
Okay.
I got attacked by the one thing, and I got scared by the second thing. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna turn back to the rest of the group and say, there are suits of armor in here, but there are 4 doors. I don't want to go first, so maybe one of you taller folks could go.
I mean,
All
we
right.
have
Don't you
some
feel like
doors
maybe
here.
if we open a door, it's associated to a suit of armor? Or is that just,
It very well could
maybe
be.
suspicious?
Levithia, it's your turn if you'd like to do something suspicious.
But we are looking for the basement. Is
You are
that
looking for the basement. And I believe based on your hand-drawn map, it's in the Google Doc. I can also dig it up here and make it available to you. You know that you believe the path to the basement is in the northeast corner of the first floor. I would tell you, it would your characters would remember that the path that seems like it would be direct to it would be to head east and then north, and not to the just north from here.
all right? So, so we want to go northeast. Something about that room north of us right now makes me real creeped out. So I'm gonna go listen at this door as long as everybody's okay with that. And I'm gonna then I walk over. Let's see, to this door and listen at it.
All right, so Levithia, you're heading actually not into the room with the statues, but across the foyer to
That's
a
the
side passageway there.
Southwest, isn't it?
Southeast?
southeast?
I'd think I'd call it.
Yes,
All right, you
but
listen
it
at
might
the
connect around.
yeah, and people might want to pull up the map just because you have a rough floor plan of this thing. I believe that it would be connected eventually to the. I think it would be fair to assume that probably there's some kind of kitchen or pantry or storage space in the northeast that's going to take you down to the basement. You give me a quick perception check there, Levithia, at that door.
Mhm. Oh, that's a 7.
Sounds quiet.
Then I open the door.
All right, you open the door. I don't know if you were expecting a room beyond or a passageway or something else, but you may or may not be a little surprised because what's beyond is not a room, but a passageway. There's a strange little hallway heading kind of east to west here, and you can see you're on kind of the exterior corner of the house. There's some windows that look out to the front yard, and then it looks like it takes a little jag to the north. And there's probably something that way. I don't know if you have more movement.
I do have more movement. Before I step in, I'm making another perception check.
Okay.
This time it's an 11, just to see if there's kind of checking for, I don't know, traps or weirdness along the floor and ceiling of this room.
All right.
Forget the
yeah.
walls.
You don't care at all about the walls?
No, I'm just kidding. Of course I'm looking at the walls too.
My only description of this room focuses on the walls, Eric.
All right.
Nope.
fine.
Floorboards. Give us details.
Oh God, they are so naughty. And there's a nice carpet in place. This little strange L-shaped hall is lined with large paintings. Presumably these are members of House Delphi. As you're looking at them, Levithia, you notice some of them depict Delphi family members who are in like big silver suits of armor, and they have had their faces scratched off.
Oh God, this house. All right, I am going
You want
to
to use some movement to head down that hallway?
Yes.
With the horrible paintings with the faces scratched off?
Yeah. I'm keeping an eye on these paintings
All
as I walk
right.
past. And then I'm peeking around the corner if I get that far.
Okay. It looks like you've got enough movement to peek around the corner.
Oh, I
I
have
will
more
tell-
than enough movement. I just wanted to make sure the painting wasn't going to like reach out and grab me.
No paintings murder you yet. As you look around this little hallway, you can see it looks like kind of a maybe slightly cramped dining room around the corner. It's it's a little I don't know. I feel like they didn't get a decorator. The stuff is nice, but it's a little everything's a little too big for the room. I don't mean in any kind of magical way. I just mean from a design sense. Dining room table, chairs, and a bunch of there's some lit candelabra, and there's a bunch of animals' heads mounted on the wall, taxidermy style, not something else style.
Okay. Are there doors on the north side?
There is a door on the north side, yes.
Okay. I holler out down the hallway. There's a door to the north down this hallway.
All right. Let
Okay.
us see if anyone acknowledges you or if the group continues to split the party around the first floor of Delphi Mansion. J-Raff, you're next.
I'm going to follow my pal Levithia because we're
It's like
pals.
betrayal at House on the Hill in here. Stop
It
splitting up.
It is a little bit.
Don't
Uh,
do it.
Killed the thing and everybody just scattered.
Yeah.
Well,
Every-
I'm still afraid of
Everyone's on their
everything.
own.
I'm standing on its corpse.
Yeah. JRAF, I'll remind you, you could take a move and then a dash as a bonus action if you wanted to
'Kay.
get the equivalent of
That
2
gets
moves.
me about there.
All right, you basically come, I imagine, just kind of peeking over Levithia's shoulder. You can see the weird dining room with lots of stuffed and mounted heads. Krong, you're up on a balcony.
Yeah.
You technically you left the floor before anyone else.
Can I? So how high is the balcony? If I wanted to get down to the ground right below the balcony, how hard would that be?
This says, I would have guessed 10 feet. The adventure says 20 feet. But you're a rogue. Like if
I've
you
got
can't,
acrobatics.
yeah, if you
And
can't
long
jump-
arms. You could
and long
hang
arms.
half
Yeah.
the way down.
If you,
What I am
mean,
picturing is reaching down and then swinging my body over the railing and then down through the doorway.
do you want to just do an acrobatics check that I'm mainly making you do because if you roll really low, something silly is going to happen, but don't really need you to roll?
Yes.
Please do that.
16.
Yeah, go wherever you want.
I swung into the room.
Oh,
Tell me about these.
you're swinging into the room with suits of armor and not
I
away
need
from them.
I was just saying how I needed armor.
Yeah.
So tell me about these suits of armor. Are any of them light armor?
Give me a quick perception check.
And do any of them look like they fit a bugbear? I have rolled a 10.
All right, looking around, I would say that your immediate sense is that these all look like they are very human-centric armor. You know that magical armor will like resize itself to fit to accommodate a variety of adventures. This armor feels a lot more kind of decorative, ceremonial, kind of museum piece and less functional. I'll also say, as you're looking at them, you notice that the armor on the west side of the room, the 2 sets of armor on the west side, are noticeably cleaner than the 2 sets of armor on the east side.
Huh.
Anything else I can tell you about this room? 4 sets of armor?
Yeah. You can tell me what happens when I open this door.
All right. You head to the east side of the room, open the door, and reveal the chamber that was long since prophesied, the space that the followers of Marcus Delphi referred to as the kitchen. Within the kitchen of Delphi Mansion, the kitchen looks like it is not in good shape. There are, as you open the door kind of disturbs like a cloud of flies that buzz away from like a huge stack of like dirty plates that have been piled up on the counter next to the door you opened. It looks like, it's probably been a week since anyone washed any dishes or put away half-eaten food or anything. So it's kind of a mess. From the kitchen, you can see a door to the north, another door to the south that connects to Livithia's room, and a fireplace hearth to the east.
I will call out, which is not easy. I'm not sure I can call out in this voice. I found the kitchen.
Yep.
Yeah, it didn't sound right.
Nope.
Do I
It's okay.
hear that from behind me, or do I hear that from like through the door to the north of me?
I think you hear it from the door to the north of you. So
Okay.
I will say, not being very stealthy, but you are communicating things to each other. Krong, all set?
Yeah.
All right, Xanter, you are basically standing atop a puddle of old pizza that was a Givering Mouther. What would you like to do?
Man, why is it always got to be Italian food, man?
It's red, so I feel like it's got a high tomato content, and I think it's something about the red, and then I feel like the consistency of like mozzarella would heavily be at play.
This
And
is not making it better.
Well,
I
you
have
know
to
what?
eat supper after this.
all I am doing is offering you answers to questions that you've asked. and I encourage all of you.
I didn't ask. You
players,
offered pizza and
you
lasagna.
You said, "Why is it always Italian food?" And I explained. I offer you my truth. What you choose to do with that is, that's your problem, buddy. But no, I apologize. I can try to have slightly less of an anti-Italian food bent in the rest of this episode, if so requested.
I'm following the nightmare monster.
All right. The next room is full of pierogies. No.
Oh, great. Now Edmonton's getting it.
Yep. So you're heading into the kitchen, Xanter. I think you probably could go further than Krung if you wanted, based on where you started. So do whatever you would feel like doing. It is as described before. It's it is not sinister, except it is filthy.
Can I reach this door?
Yeah, you head to the door that is south off the kitchen. You want to open it?
Mm-hmm.
You open it. You see you're looking into a cramped, crowded dining room. Across the dining room is Levithia, and maybe even behind Levithia, J-Raff. Anything else?
No, I'll just wait
All
for
right.
everybody to reconvene.
Levithia.
Yeah, I'm heading that way.
All right.
And I will investigate or perceptify this the kitchen area.
Real scientific-y.
Mm-hmm. Finally, I rolled a little better. So that is a 19.
You discover just some really just like impressive smells that are unappetizing. Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
But there's not like a secret door a staircase that goes down to the basement or anything.
There is not a secret door or staircase. Based on your reading of the map, you think there might be a staircase heading down in the next room to the north. And there is an obvious door.
Oh, that's
to
a
the north.
door.
Yep.
Okay. In that case, let's see. Where did I start? I was back here.
Right by J-Raff, yeah.
Then I actually have enough movement to get to the door to the north.
All right. Would you like to cast open that door?
I want to listen at it first if I can.
It's quiet.
Then I open the door.
All right.
I sort of peek through stealthily.
The room beyond it's a pantry. It's basically, a large closet. And it looks like it is not in the same kind of disrepair and wreckage that the kitchen is. It's well stocked here. None of the food has been left open. So it's, it looks like it's in good shape if you needed to make a meal. There's a couple sacks of potatoes in the corner to the east. And beyond those sacks of potato are the long since prophesied stairs to the basement.
Prophesied.
Size.
When it's a verb, it's prophesy.
What's a verb again? Those are one of those words with an ing in them.
They do stuff.
Oh,
No, the ing is sometimes a gerund.
Okay. I'm not actually that illiterate. Thank you.
This is fun to say.
Some of the things I say are intended to be comedic. I know that is confusing for a lot of our listeners and our jokes
And players.
And players. And really, why do I do this? All right, J-Raff, you are next.
Okay. I would like to kind of jog through this area.
Mhm.
And then when I get to the table, I'm going to put my hand down on the table and kick jump over it instead of going
All
around
right.
it.
Instead of
Nice.
going around it like Levithia.
Yeah. And then
The
hopefully
person who owns this
gracefully
kitchen is a dining room
join
is
my
nowhere in
family.
sight, so you can just slide across that table.
Yeah.
All right, you're heading north.
Yeah, ready to go.
It seems
join
like
my
you are all converging. Would you like to leave initiative order now that you're in the same room and headed in the same direction after
Yes,
splitting
please.
up? All right. So there's a pantry. Would you like to head down the stairs in the corner of the pantry?
Yes.
Perhaps we should be as quiet as possible.
That is a good idea.
You have
probably
been announcing things to each other for a while.
That's true. But I mean, if it's a really sturdily built basement,
Yep.
maybe they wouldn't have heard.
All right. I'm going to do a thing that's going to focus you on one area of the map, and then you can move your tokens here as needed. This may be a little bit more worth just starting out with describing before needing to have tokens on a map. There's a kind of short little set of stairs that heads down. And it does seem like this is, maybe even nicer than a basement. I think you're getting kind of a wine cellar kind of vibe from this. It heads down into just like a tiny little room, and there is a door off of that room heading east into some kind of underground room below Delphi Mansion.
I'll listen at the door.
All right, give me a quick perception check.
Perception is a 16. Nope, that's persuasion. Perception is a 12.
12 sounds quiet.
Is this on the map somewhere or not yet?
Yeah,
It is
just
on the
out.
map. You have to
Okay,
go zoom way out and then go find it.
Okay.
It's to the right of
Yeah, to the right.
the second floor.
All right. Ah, found it.
Cool. Who will open the door?
I would like to check this door for traps.
All right. Give me a quick perception check to check the door for traps.
2.
It seems untrapped to you.
I'll open it.
All right. You open it, and beyond this little kind of landing is indeed a large basement room that appears to be a wine cellar. Major features of the wine cellar: it smells like grapes in the air, so that's nice for people who just walk through a kitchen that was full of gross stuff. There are 4 big wine casks standing on the west wall, and I imagine these are like big, person-sized jobbies. And on the kind of to the south of you are a bunch of kind of wine racks that look pretty dusty and empty.
Okay, we're gonna hide in these barrels.
Wrong. Only you
Yes.
can do that.
It's really easy to hide in a barrel. Nobody can see you.
I suppose if they are person sized, maybe we can fit.
Do these barrels have taps on them? Or
They
are
do.
they like up in the rack?
No, they seem to be kind of set up for active. Guys, I don't know how wine works. Wine deployment.
Yum.
Yep.
Yeah,
Having worked in a winery, that's exactly what it's called.
that's the lingo. I picked it up.
Yes.
Oh, thanks.
You got it in one.
I rolled winery.
I'd like to just tap on the first one and see if
Yeah.
it's hollow.
I don't know how tapping on things work. Hear kind of a echoey sloshing noise of, it sounds like this the first one is maybe 3/4 full of wine, presumably, or other unknown liquid. It's blood. It's not blood.
Can I smell it?
It smells like wine.
Mm.
Like 100% wine, not even cut with blood. Like a
Is
little
it
bit.
good wine?
Why?
though, or is it just
If you are at a
mediocre wine?
winery and they keep insisting that the wine doesn't have blood in it, leave that. Like just go.
That's
This
where the best
variety
wine
is some of our
is.
most blood-free.
I would like to look
Um,
at the racks and see if there are any like bottled wines
Yeah.
that I probably know at least a little bit about wine from,
Mhm.
as would Jay from growing
Mhm.
up rich.
Yep.
Snooty parties.
Levithia, you head over to the wine racks. The wine racks are empty. They are bare,
Oh, okay.
and they are pretty dusty and kind of, I imagine maybe even a little grimy and filthy. It doesn't seem like there's been.
Well, then I'm not touching them.
Yeah, it doesn't
Yeah.
seem like they've been serving wine by the bottle here in a while. Seems like they've switched to barrels.
They have a problem.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you've inspected the wine racks. You've inspected one barrel and determined that it was 3/4 full of wine. Yeah.
Is
I
there
would
a
like to use
door?
Mage Hand and just tap on the other 3 and make sure they're not mimics.
Yeah. Okay. You tap on each of them. None of them attack your mage hand. As you tap on the third one, I think it gives like a really kind of resounding, echoey tap, suggesting that the third barrel is empty. Well, the other barrels are all, at least more than half full.
That seems weird. I just feel like
Open
if
it.
you are going to drink your wine, you drink it from, barrel number 1 to barrel number 4. Why would barrel number 3 be empty? I
I
wanna look
opened the
inside.
tap on barrel number 3 with my
yeah.
mage hand.
Thank you, Crone.
Nothing comes out.
All right.
How
peek in?
heavy is the lid to like pry it up? Can a mage hand do that maybe?
I think a mage hand could. Lincoln, I'm waiting for you to tell me like, no, that's not how wine works at all.
I don't think it's
a
more than
mage
10
hand-
pounds.
I think
you're
I
good.
think is there just a lid on the top of the barrel? How do barrels work? I don't
Well,
know. I know
there's-
barrels are like round crates, right?
There's these staves and round metal bits that hold
Yeah.
them. And
look at this guy with his stave talk. Yeah. All right. I think a mage hand can open the lid of the barrel.
Is it tall enough that Kron can look in?
Everything is tall enough that Kronk can look in. But Kronk, do you want to look in that barrel?
I do.
The barrel. Well, give me a perception check.
21.
Okay, well that's really good. So here's what you notice. First off, you notice the barrel is empty. Second off, which probably not a surprise because you checked the tap first. Could have been full of snakes at the bottom. It's not. Second off, you notice as you're looking in that there's like a bunch of handprints around the barrel, and even maybe there's some scuff marks on the ground, suggesting that the barrel has been like moved back and forth a bunch. And hey, you roll a 21. You feel kind of a cold breeze coming from the wall behind the barrel.
Nothing here. I'm kidding. It's a secret entrance.
Oh, Kron, you crack me up.
With my regular hand claws, I will roll the barrel out of the way a little.
All right. The map is not editable,
Roll out
so
the
I
barrel.
can't move the barrel out of the way, but you move the barrel out of the way. It looks like just a
Right now, I'm
stone-
earwormed with a polka.
stone, wine cellar basement wall behind, but I think Krong thinks differently.
I do think differently. I will start poking around on the floor where the barrel was, on the wall behind the barrel.
Okay. I think I'm going to ask you to roll a strength check.
Just a check, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. 8.
All right. You are trying to see stuff and you're pushing on the wall.
You need help
I'm-
over there, Krong?
I'm going to tell you, you don't, you see no obvious ways to interact with this wall. I think you have a sense that it must have some kind of moving part because there is like a seam and you felt that cold air coming underneath. But there doesn't seem to be any kind of, panel or switch or lever or even like a hinge. Yeah, you're not sure how to interact. It may be that there's something going on here that's more magical than mechanical, but I don't know if other people would like to do something.
If you'd like, I could just open the wall by knocking.
That sounds great.
We'll be loud.
Well, do we want to announce our presence or continue to see if we can be sneaky?
I do
before we
have a
resort to
crowbar. I
that?
could just kind of poke around too.
I would like to take a look at that
Mm.
area of the wall as well and see if
What kind of look are you going to take?
since we mentioned magic and knock, I'm gonna do an arcana check.
Okay.
16.
All right, I'm gonna sense you check it and you get like a hint of abjuration magic, and I feel like with a 16 you could probably piece together that somebody has used an arcane lock on the secret door here, and arcane lock is just a classic locking spell, and the opening an arcane lock requires a password that the caster sets. So it's possible someone, it seems in fact it's probable that someone in Delphi Mansion knows that password, unless it was the gibbering mouther who you killed.
I say
that's-
Crocklemar.
You said Crocklemar, and let me just check. Is Crocklemar the password? That would be real bad password management. Crocklemar is not the password.
Oh,
Okay.
this guy's got
Read
2
his-
pins. Pretty
Yeah.
impressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
I say
Classic.
Crocklemar 234.
Yeah. Crocklemar too. Quick, what were some of his pets that he had when he was 10? It's like, what's his child's birthday?
Swordfish.
Yeah. reference
Get a
to
pet
knowledge.
swordfish.
Always swordfish.
Referencing
Yeah.
knowledge.
Yeah.
Do we
That's a
want to wander around the house to try to find what could be the password, or should I just open it?
Does knock open arcane locks?
It does.
And if so, I suggest that we be ready to go in bows blazing.
Yeah,
Because
Ready
it'll
in
announce
action.
us.
I'm sure this secret door is secret because it hides something we want to get to.
Yes.
Potentially the person we want to
There's
get
a
to.
real good chance that person was the gibbering mouther or something.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. That's a good point, Krong.
I say you knock on the door and we just go in.
All
Do
right,
it.
I'm gonna
Let's do it.
take out my crossbow.
Yeah, I have my
I need to
bow
be
ready.
My longbow.
within 60 feet, so I'm gonna stand way back here.
Okay.
I just give a
behind all the
knowing
tall
nod.
folk,
A knowing nod to Xantar. Mhm.
and using a second level spell, I will say quietly for no reason at all, knock knock, and cast knock. It can be
All
heard
right.
within 300 feet.
You say knock knock, and then your voice saying knock knock like echoes throughout like all of Delphi Mansion. Somewhere some ghouls in the attic are like, what's that? They're scratching at the floor. Poor Zala, who's up there at the stairs, turns away for a second and was like, what was that? And also, who asked what was that? Are the quintet of cultists standing in the secret temple beyond that you have revealed this secret door to. For beyond is a room set up with a series of wooden pews. There is a stone statue in the middle of this torchlit chamber. The statue has a roughly bipedal shape and is carved to look like it's coming undone, kind of like a frayed rope. Look, it's not the best artistic work here. Its form is covered with mouths and outstretched tongues. Standing around the statue are 5 purple cloaked figures, their faces hidden by cowls. They were writing on pieces of paper and muttering to each other, oblivious to your presence, until someone casts knock, and they all stand and stare and look at you, kind of wielding strange, kind of curved daggers that they intend to murder you with.
I would like to shoot immediately. Levithia does not play around with this sort of thing, and I was ready for as soon as the door opened to just go wild on whatever is in there. So I feel like I would just bing immediately.
I will tell you, I think they'd get a chance to react because I think that the knock kind of negates surprise. And at the very least, you didn't know exactly where someone would be standing in that room.
True.
So why don't you each roll initiative and we'll find out what happens. I suspect that we might do 1 round of combat and then call it for the evening.
13.
17.
And you should be even able to put your stuff into the thing. What's the initiative bonus on
Just our luck
occulted?
this ritual happened to involve them having curved daggers out.
Yeah, Well, they had them in little things on their belts, and they've taken them out.
Honestly, as soon as I saw that statue thing, I don't care if they have daggers or not.
It's just
Haunted
like,
one.
people near statues deserve to die.
Well,
Basically.
if people
I'm an art
statues like
student.
this
I was just writing a paper on these.
Mhm.
behind a magically locked door.
Well, it's for college credit.
Which college?
That's right. Which college?
Yeah, that's right. Mitch quits college. Oh no, I've said too much. Levithia, is that your new initiative 20?
It is.
JRAF 19.
19.
Krong 17.
That's correct.
Cultist got a 13 with a +1 to Dex. What do you have, Xanter?
+3, baby.
I think you get to go before Cultist then.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
All right, so all of you get to react before the 5 cultists do anything. Levithia, go. Get ready,
All right.
Giraffe.
I already used my Slayer's Prey, so I'm just shooting with my bow. So that is a 21 to hit.
To hit a cultist? Yeah. They're
Uh-huh.
these guys don't have names. Yeah.
Wow.
All right, 8 damage. Which cultist are you targeting?
Well, where exactly is the door? You said third barrel, but I didn't know if that was from the top or the bottom.
I think it's from the top. And I don't. Hold on, I can draw a little.
Okay, then probably the one to the northeast, because that would be the one that I would have line of sight
That
on without moving.
represents the secret door that you just opened. All right, northeast one just
Yep.
took 8 damage.
Mhm.
He is bloodied, and he is like, he's real bloodied. Like, you got him like in the throat, and like he's holding the dagger in one hand and has his other hand up to his throat, where he is busily trying to keep from not bleeding out. He tries to yell something in alarm, but it's really just kind of like a gurgle. Yeah, real
Uh,
mean to this.
I don't think I
Yeah.
have much in the way of bonus actions, so yeah, I feel like I thought this character was going to be neutral, but I feel like I'm a little more chaotic than I thought especially when it comes to weird evil stuff. That is like that's her trigger. She just
Mhm.
let's go. So that's it for this turn.
You know, Levithia, some people might consider you weird evil stuff. Makes you think. J-Raff.
Not really.
I am going to shoot that same cultist with my arrow, bow and arrow.
Teamwork.
Mhm.
And I rolled an 11.
11 total or 11 plus something?
No, I rolled an 8 plus.
Okay.
So that
Yeah,
is
your
11.
arrow like whizzes past his creepy hood, and he's like, and he's like kind of, like he does, why me? He says, as through the blood gurgling out of his throat.
Because you're a cultist.
Yeah, but there's 5 other guys.
You're the closest.
You
babe.
shouldn't have stood close to the door. Rookie mistake.
Didn't even know that door was there. Krong.
Is there any way that I can sneak through this door without
I-
them seeing me?
I'm
It
gonna
doesn't-
say it would be very, very hard to. Seems
Right.
unlikely.
Then I'm just going to walk through it.
Yeah,
Walk
I will
up to
say
this guy and stab him in the face.
okay. I will say also, like, you started today's adventure fighting a hideous monster. These are just guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I walk up to this guy and I stab him, and I roll a 24.
All right. You murder him.
I do not get any sneak attack. I do get surprise attack. It's a big number. It's
He-
14.
He had 1 hit point left.
Yeah.
It is unnecessary.
I will turn to the other cultists and say, "Return the book."
Xanter,
this.
you are next. The cultists all kind of tremble a little bit, look around, realize none of them are holding books. You realize you're holding a crossbow.
I am holding a crossbow. Feeling emboldened by my compatriots' bravery, I'm gonna step to here, and I'm going to look at these 2 jabronis over here, raise up my hand, and kind of make a circular motion on the floor, and I'm going to cast grease under their feet. And I need dexterity saving throws from the 2 of them.
All right.
Keep in mind, it is the word.
Reference acknowledged. All right. First, I need to draw some grease on the map. Done.
Beautiful
Dexterity
grease.
checks. This will be from top to bottom. 15 and 13.
15 saves, 13 does not. So the
happens
one
to
that
13?
fails, he falls prone.
All right. Just gonna put a little prone icon on him. So
And
one
that
guy-
area is delightfully flammable.
Okay. How big it does it matter how big an area it is?
It is a 10-foot square centered
Okay.
on a point.
I realized I drew a big grease puddle without asking how big it was or where
I mean,
it was.
grease
but
usually puddles
know.
in a circle
Yeah, I
or
feel-
oval.
you know.
It's not an equal
The-
even square.
The layout of this secret temple is very strange in terms of where liquids pool. It's for easy blood cleanup, I guess.
Oh,
Like,
of
Remember,
course it
this is a
is.
D&D world, so all spheres are cubes.
yeah,
It's true.
Yeah.
I love the physics.
Xanter, anything else?
I'm just going to get behind Krog.
All right. The cultists are next. The cultist on the ground kind of gets up. He uses half his movement to do that. And he says to the other cultists, "For Crockelmar?" And the other cultists are like, Crockelmar. And they are going to attempt to murder the people that have invaded their inner sanctum. That being
But Tony, that's me. I've invaded their inner sanctum.
yeah,
Mhm.
that being Krong and Xanter. So
The grease area is also difficult terrain, so he used half his movement to stand up, and then he has to use half his movement to get out of it.
okay. Does he have?
He could throw a curved
I think
dagger.
he-
It's not balanced for throwing, but he could
Yeah.
try.
All right. So I'm gonna say that two of them. He's not gonna throw it because he literally has a dagger. Like you don't throw your only dagger, right?
You do if you're not very good at this.
Also,
do
in
if
the heat of the moment, if you're scared.
Do you
Yeah.
throw a dagger if it's your only dagger and your hands are covered in grease because you just fell in grease?
No, you
I don't
probably
think I-
drop the dagger.
You know
I
what?
don't think I throw one of these big wiggly daggers no matter what.
Yeah,
That's
you
not
know what?
balanced.
Yeah.
Uh-uh.
Wisdom check for greasy cultist. 5. He's throwing that dagger.
Yes.
All right, let's start with greasy cultist. He is gonna throw his wiggly dagger at
kind of rooting for greasy cultists.
at yeah, see, that's how I get you.
Yeah.
No.
He's gonna
Dumb
throw
little
his dagger
cultist.
at Xanter. I'm gonna say his disadvantage because his hands are full of grease and it's not a throwing dagger. I have rolled a 12 and a 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. Is your armor class 7, Xanter?
It is not, sir.
All right. While that is happening, another cultist has run up to you, Xanter, and is just going to try and stab you the traditional way without throwing a wiggly dagger. He has rolled a much more impressive 15 plus 3 is 18.
Yes, that'll hit.
All right. He stabs you like right in the shoulder for you're going to take 4 slashing damage.
Okay.
And Krong, 2 cultists are running up to you. Ouch, critical hit.
Silvery barbs.
Oh,
Nice. Thank you.
okay. Wow. Silvery Barbs is a very powerful spell. Silvery
really
Barbs
is.
listeners forces. Does it have to be a crit that the enemy, or is that just the?
It
best time
doesn't,
to
but
use
that's
it?
the best time to use it.
Yeah.
When you force an enemy to re-roll and take the lower thing. It's a very powerful spell, but it requires that you be paying very close attention on other people's turns, which is not always our strength as Dungeons and Dragons players. So rolling again, I've rolled a 2 for the second roll,
Yes.
and Lincoln, you get to decide: am I using the 2 or the 20?
You're using that too, and I'm giving
All
the
right.
advantage to Krong.
All
Oh,
right,
thanks.
so he stabs in Krong's direction, and he basically he has to dodge that other wiggly dagger that was being thrown at Xanter, and it's just real awkward. Krong has no trouble not getting hit. Krong gets advantage on his next attack, so it's like you stole his critical and now have an advantage. Just seems unfair. And that means I have 1 cultist left to attack Krong. Well, that is a maths 20. So Krong, I think you're probably gonna take 4 slashing damage unless you can do something about it.
I'll take the damage.
All
Or you
right.
say?
4. Do you think we should do one round real quick, or should we end here?
I'm okay doing one more round if you want.
Players.
I think we can end these guys in a round.
All right. Levithia.
I was thinking about wading in because I don't want my friends to take all that much damage, but I do so much better with a bow. So I'm going to shoot at the one that's in the doorway.
Yep.
With my longbow and crit fail.
So much better with a bow.
God. I mean, if it hit, it didn't wear damage. And I'm gonna look at my bow angrily, toss it on the floor, or quickly stow it angrily.
Yeah,
in
I
the
was
back.
gonna be like, that's why your bow's not so great because you keep throwing it at things.
And pull out my short sword and stomp into the doorway, hopefully distracting at least one of these cultists from
All right.
from attacking my friend.
Recognizing that health is a team resource. J-Raf.
Exactly.
Okay, I'm going to also get up into that doorway and use my triple skull flail. I feel
Triple
like they
skull?
deserve this. It's like a flail and 3 skulls hanging
That's
off
a
the
lot of
end, and they're made
skulls.
of silver, and it's really badass, which is what I call it, the badass triple silver skull flail.
It's a mouthful.
It's really cool, but I rolled a 2, therefore 6 to hit.
All right. It's unclear if that cultist is aware that you attacked them.
You were
I
trying
do
so
in
hard
my
not
other
to.
hand.
Oh, right. I was gonna say you're trying so hard not to hit me in the face.
It's
So-
true. But in my other hand, I do have a dagger, and I'm just gonna thrust that forward and see if I can get him in the gut.
Roll it.
And that is a 21.
That hits.
Ooh.
So it's like stab.
And that's 5 points of damage.
That bloodies that poor cultist who just right in the
Ha.
gut, who was very focused on Xanter, had no idea that you're there. So just to recap so far, we've got 5 cultists. One of them is dead. One of them is covered in grease and, and one of them is bloodied, and 2 of them are fine. Krong, reminder that you have advantage from your silvery barbs.
Yeah, so I'm just going to attack this guy to my northwest because
Mhm.
he can only attack me, and I don't like that.
Mm.
Sorry, that is a 25.
Paula.
$16 points of damage.
Krong murders another cultist.
Haha.
I will now bonus action disengage
Mhm.
and stroll over to this corner.
All right. I don't know if I mentioned before, there is a set of double doors to the south of this secret temple and a single door to the west of the secret temple. So you're heading west. Xanter, you are near the doorway. J-Raff and Levithia are kind of behind you, but it is kind of you and a couple cultists in the immediate area by yourself. I don't know what you're going to do about it.
I'm going to take one step to the west so I can get away from Levithia a little bit.
Yep.
And I'm going to unbutton several buttons of my shirt and then pull
Whoa.
open the shirt. And as I do, black tentacles come out
No.
and
should
attack
talk
both
to a
of the
doctor.
cultists.
All right, both of them.
I'm
Nice.
going
I don't want to body
cast,
shame you, but that is weird.
Says the
Arms of
8-foot
Hadar,
nightmare monster.
and anything within a 10-foot
Not
reach
and,
of me
and you
needs to make a strength saving throw, please.
strength. You say strength is not their strength.
hope
Dexterity
not.
is their strength. All right, this is cultist to the left. Riddle to 7, cultist to the right. 17. So maybe cultist to the right is okay.
17 saves. The one who failed is going to take 10 necrotic damage.
That
and-
kills him. Is he like
Yes.
consumed by your tentacles? Did you just eat a guy?
Sure, that sounds fun.
All
Let's say they
right.
just kind of like wrap around him and consume him
Just,
until
so
he's
your
no more.
nightmare tentacles, kind of shadowy things, wrap around this guy and just like pull him into your little gnome torso.
Mhm.
All right.
And the other one takes 5.
Oh, just for being there?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he only had 4 left because somebody stabbed him
Oh my-
previously.
Oh
So
boy.
he thankfully just dies from being hit by a tentacle and not consumed by you. Recap: 1 cultist is left. He is covered in grease and has thrown his only dagger. It's his turn.
Can I move?
Yeah, you could move. I'm going to tell
I'm
you.
going to just
he's gonna try
slowly
and run
walk
away.
up towards this guy.
All right.
And as I do, just for flavor, I'm snapping my fingers like I'm
Are the
trying to light a
tentacles
lighter.
are the tentacles
You can
also
see
snapping?
The tentacles have retreated into me.
Okay.
We're done with the tentacles for now.
Okay.
But I'm snapping my fingers and it looks like I'm trying to start a lighter. So you see
Yep.
just little sparks coming, and he's covered in grease.
He is covered in grease. He is going to run. That is going to provoke an opportunity attack from you as he runs away.
Oh, opportunity attack with my
If
dagger.
you were running away from Xanter, he'd go right into that grease.
He's going to go around the grease because also the grease is difficult terrain and it will fall. He's lived the grease life. He's not going to do it again.
14 with my dagger.
You stab him. How much damage does a dagger do?
Oh, Max, how about that? 7.
Oh. All right. That is not enough to kill him. That
Oh,
disturbingly wounds him. He is clutching at his side. His hands are thankfully very available to hold his innards in because he has no dagger to hold. He kind of scrambles over this pew, heads south, flings open the double doors here. It looks like there's some kind of storage room beyond, and he is just going to keep running 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet. Levithia? Oh, actually, I think we'll pause there, right? 'Cause that's the end of the order.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good place
All
to
right.
end it, since we
So
may or may not
close.
chase this guy.
Will this cultist escape with a message of warning for his fellow compatriots? What are they up to? Here in the basement beneath a Delphi mansion. And why do I suspect it's not very good? What mysteries await in the boring room to the west? For answers to questions such as these, tune in next time to Total Party Kill here on the Incomparable Network. The end.
Right.
We did it.
Woo!
I want you
live
to
streams.
know that Jay thinks Xantar is super cool now because of that tentacle thing. It's like,
Yeah.
Whereas
very goth.
Levithia is having
She's
second
like, you are
thoughts.
like the
Mm.
coolest, and we might be best friends now.
Tentacle
Sorry,
divisive.
Levithia.
Divisive among player characters.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Yeah. Iffy.
So-
Real
yeah.
iffy.
Two important things I
Lit.
should mention before I forget. One, we are live stream bootleg. We are playing this time next week, next Tuesday. The week after that, the Crystal Strahd group will be back because it is Shocktober,
Ooh.
which is what we're required to
Woohoo.
say for October. And there'll be
October, you say?
Shocktober. And there'll be
Ah.
other D&D stuff regularly in October because we can't stop playing D&D. It's a horrible sickness that we are
Can't
afflicted
stop,
with.
won't stop.
We're
Yeah.
not allowed. It's
Yeah,
just
we're
that's
not
the way it
allowed.
works.
We all signed those papers with Jason Stell all those years
Sold
back
our
at the
soul.
Devil's Crossroads, and we just have to make our peace with it. The other thing I'll mention, just I don't know if you noticed that the map for this is kind of weird. This adventure had a pretty major error on the map. I've unrevealed that. There's just so in this you go down into the wine cellar and there's the secret passageway behind the doors, right? And there's all kinds of stuff in the description about how that secret passageway works. On the map, they added next to the secret door just a normal door. So
That's pretty
you know,
good.
presumably that'll get fixed in some later printing. But that was like just real comical because it's like there's this elaborate door and it's behind a thing. There is a way that you could have learned the password to the door, but you came well prepared with knock, so you don't need to scurry around the mansion looking for that. But I was just like, all of this stuff about the secret door to the super secret to temple, and then like 20 feet south of the door, normal door. Like it might as well just be a screen door flapping in the wind, letting dogs wander into the secret passageways. So anyway,
I don't know.
sorry.
I think we would have spent at least 20 minutes on the secret door, even knowing that the real door was there.
Clearly went into the same.
That's
yeah.
true, because that would be
Yeah.
really weird. There's a secret door right here. I mean, does it go to a different room? Is it two hallways?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with this box on the first floor
Mhm.
that you went around to get into that dining room.
Right?
What's
What
in
is
that
that?
weird box?
What's
Mm.
there?
What's in the box?
Going there if you want to go back. But yeah. So yeah. All right. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We hope you tune in sometime soon. And like a dozen people are watching live stream. Thank you, nerds. But we will talk
Night,
to you
nerds.
all later.